what it's asking us to do is we need to complete this table. And then after we complete this table, we're going to use the table to graph. All right? Believe it or not, this is Im2 stuff. This is kind of still review. So it should not be too difficult. Here's the key to this. They actually gave us part of this table already. They gave us the domain. Okay? And if you recall, from Im2, the domain are really your x values. Okay? Or in middle school, we call these our input values. So right off the bat, I can now fill in the x table. So I'm going to put all my x values, my domain, into the x table. Okay? That simple. Now, in order to complete this table, I got to fill in the y's. How do I fill in the y's? We use our function that is given to us. Okay? And it's pretty simple. We're going to take one x value. In this case, we'll take 0 first. We're going to plug it in for x, do the math, and it's going to give me my y value. So watch. Take this guy, and instead of x, we're going to plug in our first x value, which is 0. Bring down the positive 1. Do this math. 2 times 0, that gives me 0. Bring down the positive 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. Okay? We have just now found our y value. Our y value is 1. So because we have our x and y value, I can turn this into an ordered pair or a point. So our point is going to be 0, comma, 1. And now I can plot that 0, comma 1, I can plot it over here in our graph. So 0, comma 1 is that point. Okay? So again, this is pretty much Im2 stuff. I want to make sure we're comfortable with these tables. We're going to now do the next one. I'm now going to find the y value for this x. So I'm going to take this x and plug it into our equation. Oops. Okay. So I plugged in 1. 2 times 1 is 2. Bring down the positive 1, we get 3. So my next point is 1, comma 3. I can now plot that point. Now we're just going to repeat the same process using the next x. So my next x value, so instead of 1 here, I'm going to plug in the number 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Bring down the positive 1. And we get 5. So 2, comma 5. Okay? And then you would plot that point, 2, comma 5 right here. My next point, we're plugging in 5 for x. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus 1 is 11. So we now have 5, comma 11. And we plot that point. So your graph should look like this at this point. Last thing we're plugging in is 7. 2 times 7 is 14. Add 1. we get 15. Seven comma 15, and we plot that point up here. Okay? I want you to do number 2. Go ahead and finish number 2. And then I'll give you about 5 minutes to finish number 2. And then I'm going to give you the access code, and we're done for the day. the domain here. So we're going to just copy these x values into the x table. Okay? Ignore that. So you should have something like this. All right? Now to find the y values, we're going to take each x value and plug it in for the x to find our y value. So let's start with 10. Okay, this may cause a little confusion because I know some students really do not like fractions. That's all right. To handle this fraction, get a calculator, do 1 divided by 2, which should give you 0.5, and then 0.5 times 10. If you do that correctly, you get 5. Or the other way you can think about it is, what is half of 10? Bring down the negative 5. 5 minus 5, that gives me 0. Oops. Okay, so we now have 0 here. So 10 comma 0 is that spot there. All right, now we're going to go ahead and plug in 13. So instead of 10, we're plugging in 13. Half of 13 is 6.5. Minus 5, that gives me 1.5. So 13 comma 1.5 is here. Okay. Now let's plug in our next number, 14. Half of 14, 7. 7 minus 5 is 2. So we get 14 comma 2. And then we repeat the same process for 16. Plug in 16. Half of 16 is 8. 8 minus 5. That gives me 3. So we have 16 comma 3. There, and then last but not least, we're going to plug in 18. Half of 18 is 9. 9 minus 5, that gives me 4. So 18 comma 4. Okay, and we're done with number 2. Okay, guys, so that's the 2 problems I want you to add to today's assignment. So just when you upload it, also upload these problems. Okay, so I'm now going to show you how to check in. And then once you check in, you are free to go from my Zoom. I want you to use the rest of the period to start working on the calendar, okay? Starting on Monday. Start completing that stuff from the calendar. All right, so I'm going to give you the code, but do not leave Zoom yet because I want to show you how to check in, okay? So this is going to be our access code for today. LATE, L-A-T-E. All right, so write that down somewhere. And then I'm going to show you how to check in. So I'm going to stop sharing. And let me share my other screen. Okay. So you're just going to follow along here. I'm going to show you how to check in. So go to your Canvas, period 6. You're going to go to the agenda of the week for week 3. And then you're going to go to Wednesday and you're going to go to the check-in link, which is the one at the top in yellow. Click on it, type in LATE, L-A-T-E. and then put yes that you were here today, submit quiz, and it should say 0 out of 0 points. If it says 0 out of 0 points, you did this correctly. Okay? Once you check in, you are free to go. You're dismissed. Please work on the calendar for my class. Everything for you guys is due Friday for week 3. I will see you guys Friday.
Where do we go then?
All right, let me back it up. Okay. So you're on your dashboard?
Yes.
So get into my classroom. Look for the drop down week 3.
Okay.
Agenda for the week. Click on it. On the calendar, it'll say Wednesday, period 4, 5, and 6 check-in. Click on that. And it'll ask you for the access code.
Is the attendance check-in period 4, 5, and 6 Friday, August 28th?
It's going to be August 26th, Wednesday. Are you on my calendar or not?
No.
Yeah, okay, so listen, whatever you do, do not touch any of these down here. This is not for you. Go to the agenda for the week. Yeah, if you checked in, you could go. Finish up the calendar stuff.
I'm on the calendar.
Okay, see at the top where it says attendance check-in links and they're in yellow and red?
Yes.
Click on the period 4, 5, and 6 for Wednesday.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. It's late, L-A-T-E for the check-in. Yep. Yeah, and then just use the rest of the period to work on the calendar. Okay, have a good one.
What was the
You too. See, late, L-A-T-E.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Cassandra, you good?
It's not, I'm putting the access code, but it's not letting me.
Are you on the right link?
Yeah,
What is it saying?
it's just like, I put it in and then it just stays, same.
So the quiz is not actually coming up?
No.
So you're not seeing this?
No.
All right, go back to the calendar. So get here and then refresh the page. Sometimes it gets frozen. Are you on the correct week? Week 3?
Yes.
All right, try it again.
Now my account is having problems. Like it's the
It's taking a while to load?
yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna check if you checked in already. You might have checked in. Let me just double check, okay? Did it refresh or no?
Yes.
Okay, try checking again, because right now you haven't checked in, but I mean, I'm not gonna mark you absent because I know you're here, but let's just practice trying to check that bad boy in.
Just checking it.
All right, let me refresh. Let me just double check for you. Yep, you're good to go.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.